Good evening. It's a bit too tall, I think. Try it this way. It's very hard to create that right balance. Good evening, everyone, and welcome as we join you right here on Daily Mirror. This is a Date with Danu quarantine special live. Uh-oh. Right. So once again, we are with you to give you some good information and information that really does matter. We would like to thank our sponsors quickly who have joined us on the show. We have our friends from Quantum, Manning Checks. We have Movenpick Hotel. We also have Jonathan Studios. We have British Cosmetics, and not forgetting Vikramarachi Opticians. And right now, I have someone who has joined me, who is my guest for today. We did have a bit of what can I say to this live, and she is hi.
Hi.
So she is Ashanthi, known for the great work she has done with high octane fitness and much more. But fitness has become a huge problem, especially with COVID-19, because internationally, lots of people closed down the gyms way before. When we were given our regulations, gyms eventually closed down. So I wanted to speak to you as someone who runs a gym and a huge operation with so many staff members in mind, with their salaries and their pay slips, keeping that in mind as well. Tell me this: when can one person get to the gym?
Okay, so obviously, this COVID thing is just took us by surprise. So I'm gonna us is a family business. So what we try to do is myself and my brother primarily make the decisions when it comes to the gym. So I'm really going to go with, take a wait and see approach and really go with how the curfew is being relaxed. So
Right.
the moment the curfew is relaxed and they tell us everything is okay and more than 10 people can safely congregate in a place is when I will think about opening the gym. So right now we are planning for the 4th. And so when you say opening the gym, there's a lot of background stuff that's going on, at the moment. So what we want to do is we want to get a few staff members in, people who have been with us from the start, some senior people. We are looking at making plans to quarantine them in the facility. So they will come in early. We will make arrangements to even get them tested. And then they will work with us to set up, because the Ministry of Health has actually issued a 36-page guideline, right? So we
Yes.
as a team need to be briefed on the safety and everything. So the pre-opening stuff, I will work with them. But I guess a lot of people who are joining today are going to be members, right? So they'll probably want to know what we're trying to do. So as a member, what you can expect is, so our sister company, BRJW, is making disinfectant machines. So we will have something at High Octane where you come in, it checks your temperature, and then you go in through this vaporized sanitizer machine. There'll also be a sink where you wash your hands, and there'll be one reception staff, and even that we will ensure the security keeps that 1 meter distance and so on. Plus, you will also have to book your session. So sessions will be 90 minutes long. So you will have to pre-book that session on our platform or by calling the gym and making sure because we have to limit numbers. But
Right. So it's
the
not
good
going to be a pool of people who are going to just walk into the gym and work out together.
No. And I think people are very aware of that. They've asked me questions. They've had concerns. So the saving grace for us is High Octane is a warehouse style place. So we have enough space to accommodate people. But of course, what we're doing at the moment is I'm actually working with the team and demarcating the flow. So if you are doing a chest press, we're removing the machine in the middle and having another space there so that you can, and making those demarcations, because obviously, Danu, look at the two of us. When we see each other at the gym, I'll probably be like, hi,
Yes.
you try to talk to each other and
Yeah.
you try to congregate near the water
Yeah.
cooler like we used to
Yeah.
do. So it's hard. So I'm going to have more staff. Like earlier, we ran on a shift basis, but I'm going to have to initially in phase 1, control the numbers, have more staff, and also even in terms of cleaning procedures. So what we're going to do is every 90 minutes, the gym will be closed for 45 minutes and we'll go into cleaning. And things that are very difficult to, clean and maintain and use hygienically, which we call like high contact stuff. Like in phase 1, I don't think we'll have any dumbbells. We won't have resistance bands. We won't have people touching skipping ropes. We won't have the classes open. So it'll be a lot of plate loaded machines, treadmills, cardio machines will be there, but with gaps. So if we have 10 treadmills, 5 will be turned off. The plug will be off, and there'll be a sanitizer bottle on each machine. And, people will have to, the thing is, myself and my brother, who works out, we've used gloves. Gloves are possible. So we will probably make gloves mandatory. But to be honest, working out with a mask is really difficult. Like,
You choke?
and
Yeah.
like,
I
even like,
I
it's
once burped with a mask and I died.
you didn't die. No, so even
It
to
was
be on the
terrible.
phone. So even to be on the phone, right? I'm just thinking, like, if I had to talk, I keep my mask on and you have to talk to someone, you just take the mask off because they're like,
Yeah,
hello, we can't hear you. So
yeah.
it has to be, so those protocols will be in place, but life is going to change. We're not going to have full classes. And I think we need everybody's support to ensure that this booking system and things work properly. So, I mean, I have confidence that our members will, get on board. Most of our members are so nice. They deal with Bernard, the mad dog, right? Bernard's like, so for everyone who joined, Bernard is our resident security guard, and he's like, kind of
Yeah.
mad. And everyone puts up with it. So.
Bernard actually even has a girlfriend.
Yeah, Rosie. Yeah.
Rosie.
So,
She's kind. But just to let you know, for those who are watching this live right now, you also stand a chance to win a 1 month absolutely free opportunity to work out at High Octane. One of the reasons why we are giving this as a token today is also because all of us have been just put inside a house and we have been just made to understand how it is to just be put in one place. And the first thing that you might want to go out is to stretch yourself and get your blood flowing once again. And if you want to do that, there is a voucher that you can win today. Send in the questions that you have doubts with, because something that everyone sort of takes into consideration, especially these days, is the fact that how do we exactly know how this virus is spreading? How quick is it spreading? Because when people are tested, they're like, oh, one person can give up to 400 people. That's completely, that's really scary. So,
yeah.
especially as someone who's running an organization that could put mankind in such risk, have you had nightmares about this?
I'm conscious that people will do the right thing. I mean, we're checking everyone's temperature, and yes, you can get around it. You can pop Panadol and try to calm or whatever, but I think people will support. I think people will, do their best and support. And another thing I want to do as a business owner is, we have the shake bar where we sell protein. So what we want to do is we are also going to we're going to serve kotamali at the shake bar. We're going to serve, the effervescent vitamin C. We're going to have paspangu available. There's going to be masks, gloves, given to people so that they're comfortable. And also we're taking measures as in you won't be able to, in the first phase of opening, we're not going to open things like the showers and the locker rooms. So you shouldn't be carrying bags because I have no way to understand where your bag was or how it's contaminated. If you have shoes in your bag, how are we going to deal with that? So the toilet will be open. So, I mean, if I was to put it, have a workout, do your business, the 1 and 2, and say bye and leave. Probably 90 minutes,
Yeah.
So.
All right. So these measures, especially, have you communicated with any other gym owners in terms of what do they hope to do, and what type of?
No, I've actually looked at what's happening overseas. I've looked at some of what are the gyms, because in the US, in some states, the gyms are open. So I've reached out through LinkedIn to people there and saying, okay, how is it going? And a lot of people have said the foot traffic has fallen. So I guess vulnerable groups are, the older people probably don't feel comfortable coming in as yet, obviously, because it's a high risk. So High Octane will also look at some sort of hybrid model where you're offered an online version also. So there'll
Okay.
be personal training and all that offered online. It's just that I think there's a lot of questions about like, why didn't you offer this before? We are at home now. But the reality of the situation is, I mean, you know, we live in a country where there's two data charges, nighttime, evening time, bonus time. Like, and like, if you look at my SLT fiber bill, it's like 19,000 or 20,000 this month, simply
Mm.
because I've been just doing so much Skype and stuff that,
Yeah.
and I can't afford like trainers and people who are, you know, to pay these bills kind of right now. So in the midst of, you know, not earning as much as they used to and things like that. Plus I need proper camera, proper lighting, ensuring that people have the right equipment at home.
Yeah.
So those are things I want to consider. Like, so we also, High Octane also invested in a in an equipment company. So what I can do is work with members who want to work online or can't get to the gym as much to, you know, purchase some equipment that will obviously give at a very, very discounted rate, or even work with people like Quantum or, you know, people who have good equipment to help our members out. And so they can have some good equipment at home to work
Plugging
out.
time.
So
Quantum is my title sponsor for this show. Hi.
I know, and I know Nirmal and Ishan, and they run a good business. So we could work with people like that, and I guess more than anything, what COVID has taught us is it's not about us, right? We have to think
Yeah.
of the wider community. So I'm even conscious of looking at things like even our cleaning at High Octane is outsourced to a company called Sanitas, who specializes in that. So I mean, usually they bring in the liquid and stuff, and we won't be too concerned about what they're cleaning with. But now I'm like, so what's the liquid you're going to bring in? What is the protective equipment that we are going to give the cleaners
Yeah.
from our side? Because if they get sick, it's also my problem as a gym owner. Even my staff are going to be helping out with the cleaning. Earlier, it was like, oh, this is someone else's problem because I'm here to train. But now it's like everybody's responsibility. Like if I see somebody not following cleaning procedure, that means I have to do something about it. So what is the kind of equipment? What is the kind of things that they need to make this effective? And, you know, and how do I also take the time and brief members? So there'll be a lot of content that we put out even on our Instagram and Facebook about hygiene, about procedures and things like that. So that when you walk into the place, you kind of have an idea of, you know, how things have changed. And
Because now there has also been another constant issue with certain organizations that are open right now in terms of the temperature check on your forehead. Lots of people have been showing like rating of like, you know, readings like 110, 104, 103.
Mhm.
So people have been like, what in the world is happening? It's because when you're outside in the hot sun, when you're driving in, when you park the car, when you walk up, that amount of heat immediately indicates on this temperature meter. So, in terms of checking the temperature, now that we know temperature is not the only sign for
Oh yeah.
COVID-19, there are so many other symptoms that we don't even know. Like, out of who we are speaking to, we could have like 30 people who could be carriers, and you and I will not know about it.
Oh, of
But
course. And so yesterday on CNN, they were having this program about the different mutations of this virus. So you will experience it very differently to how I would experience, is what I understood. So it'll attach onto both our bodies, and I could probably have flu and be coughing, and you could be fine. Like you could
yeah,
probably have some, so even diarrhea is a symptom. So, you know, and you're not going to tell anybody, hi, I have diarrhea. You know, you're just going to be
what a
like, oh,
conversation starter. But
I know. No, because
but
so
you know,
but I
in
also
terms of
do
now
know,
that Sri
sorry,
Lanka,
sorry, we keep interrupting each other. But I also do know that, like, so I have very close friends who have actually got COVID in the US and in the UK. And what I do know for a fact is that people who are fit and don't have underlying conditions are doing better. Like, this is a very general comment. And I've even, I mean, I keep in touch with some of the members, and I'm like, what are you guys doing for your fitness? Because I know they're frustrated, and they're like, oh, we try to walk around the neighborhood and stuff like that, and they're more conscious about what they eat and all that.
yeah,
And even with our staff, what we have said is, look, to support anybody who needs help, like give them the diet plan, be on WhatsApp with them. But also, I don't have a conscience at the moment to charge people, like be like, hey, this is my workout, can you put some money? Because first of all, we don't have the infrastructure behind it. Plus, I know everyone's struggling. Everyone's wondering, hey, will I get paid next month? Will the leasing company give me a? So I just don't want to put any more stress on anybody at the moment. And so we will also look at our pricing and things like that when we start with the new model. And whoever has memberships with us, obviously that will be honored, during this period when going on to next year and so on. So that will be honored. But we'll probably restrict things like we used to have a day pass where you could come in and work out. And I don't think we'll be going ahead with that because I think it's very important we know where people are coming from and who they are and all that. So with day passes and things, we can't really monitor that stuff. And even monthly memberships or people coming in for short term, I don't think so. I think we'll have longer term. So it'll be like 3 months, 6 months, 1 year.
We are just giving a 1 month out online right now.
Yeah, but I'll probably like do my research and know the price.
Okay, but something I wanted to ask you, especially as someone who runs a business and as someone who has worked in a multinational organization which worked with multiple staff members. At a crisis situation like this, salaries have become such a crucial issue. And big organizations have pulled back immediately. Like within the first 2 weeks, they went into like saying, okay, we have to sort of cut down salaries. We need to cut down corners. But so what does that mean? Do you feel that the companies were not prepared even for a month as a contingency plan?
So, I mean, having worked at like one of the best and the biggest, I know how they think, and I think they're just being very cautious. Like we are being. You don't know when this is going to end, and how much they will have to support people. So I think they're just being very cautious and being like, let's put some money in our savings and have this buffer so that we can support people. And I think we have to commend companies because they've still tried to keep jobs. They've changed. They're doing a lot of charity work, like they're helping out the hospital. They've changed their functions, going into PPE, and so we are installing some of these, even disinfectant machines into these companies. And it's crazy because there's so many people who have braved the curfew and who are even in the vulnerable age groups and categories, but they're still working in the back office, trying to get the operation started and keep the places clean and safe and everything so that when the employees come. So I think that's a good call. They're looking very futuristically at the whole
No.
thing. And to be honest, Danu, we have done the same. Like we had some investments. If you know about High Octane, we opened our recovery center. So we were just about to put in a full sauna, cold pool, invest in a whole lot of machines, even looking at cryotherapy and things like that. And now we've cut back on that stuff and we've been like, okay, we have to look after our staff. And the reason I didn't even talk about the gym opening at the moment was the first week or 2 we closed, it was really about how are our staff going to get home. Like, I saw some people at Bihar and Mahadevi trapped because no one cared about how these people were going to get home. Plus, do you have enough food? Is anyone sick? Do you need any? And it's not just the staff, it's like the entire ecosystem that you operate in. Like we have a food supplier. So our food supplier is like a disabled gentleman, and his whole operation is supplying our lunch and things like that. And like he can't do it anymore because he can't get to the market. He can't. So just to reach out to him and say, "Are you okay?" Like I heard a garbage guy got sick recently, and I called, like, saw our garbage guy, and I was like, I'm like, "Are you okay? Like, you should be safe. Where are your gloves?" Like, so first we have to look after our little ecosystem and things like that. So yeah, we are very cautious about money now. Like, we are like, where is this going to go? Like, and what I get pissed is some of these companies, like the place I used to buy online, are like offering these sales and things like that. And I'm like, who's buying this stuff? Because we're just thinking about, and plus with the cleaning and stuff, our costs are going to increase big time. Like,
Correct.
I'm going to be concerned about where we are sourcing our detergent and how we dispose gloves. But I'm also looking at supporting other small businesses. So I've been speaking to people who can sew, even my employees, like, hey, do you have a mother at home who can sew a few masks for us? Because cloth masks are great. Like, can they do that? Because when you watch the news, it's like people begging for 5,000 rupees and it's not easy. So even for the government to support, so what can we do to look after our little area, like my little patch in Kovala or Dehivala or where it is, to see if everybody is okay, so I think that's our responsibility anyway.
I think that's completely valuable what you said in terms of, looking after your ecosystem is the main thing. I think in that way, it's a chain reaction. So it sort of multiplies, and it sort of, we can have a more controlled, understood environment that's going to work with us. We have lots of people who are joining us as well. Thank you so very much for joining us.
Hi, I
Big
saw
hi.
Sanjay Vigna joining us, and he actually gave me some good tips to start this. I just want to shout out to him.
Okay.
You know
Thank you.
Sanjay Vigna, right? The
I
cute
know, but
boy.
did he help you to at least learn how to get on Instagram?
No, but he said you need to open your big mouth and say something because we all want to come to gym. Something on those lines, but a nicer way.
Nicer tone
Yeah,
to it,
he
yeah.
said that, yeah. You know,
Big hi to Aslam Hussain, who has joined us as well.
oh my
So
God, will I get a nice jacket after this?
where are you going to wear it is the
I
question.
don't know. I'm broke now, so I'll never be able to afford him. So I'm just, trying.
So another thing, lots of people have become fitness experts today, to a point, even like wherever I turn online, everyone is lifting something, a bucket, a chair, the roof, somebody is walking on top of someone's house, something, it's a form of workout. Even I have been doing home workouts with someone who is well known in the powerlifting circle, Mr. Cody. So it has been
Yeah.
amazing, and we are encouraging people to work out at home. But even
Yeah.
working out at home, should people be worried about? Like, where they are,
So,
what environment they're dealing with?
oh, so of course, so I have actually tried this working out at home, and it's not easy. And the only reason that you are doing well is because your trainer knows you. So you've had in-person sessions, so they know what works for you, what is not good for you, what your mobility issues are. When you
And what
start this
type of person I am? Yeah.
exactly. They know. So this is why I say High Octane will go into a hybrid model. So we won't just be like, hey, we have a class, you stream it. You have to come in and have at least, once in 2 weeks, or depending on your schedule, we will tailor something where you come in, visit, and we understand. And definitely before we write any kind of program, we need to see you. Like there's only so much, no, and we need to work with you and understand what is your house setup. Like, okay, if you don't have the right flooring, I'm not going to, sit and expect my trainers to give you squat jumps or, something crazy. Like, do you have a lawn? It might be a more low impact kind of thing. And
Yeah.
also even look at little things like if you have kids at home, like what time are you going to work out? Will they be joining? Maybe we could do something. So because, High Octane is very much about, it's not just joining a class, it's like getting a result. So that's what has made us, grow into 2,000 members. If people do, I know, really believe if people get a result, they'll stick with us. So I don't want to just put something out there and reach out to someone who I'll never see, like living on another side of the island, and just be like,
Yeah.
hey, do this workout and good luck to you.
Yeah.
If
Don't know
you
how
get
you
it,
do it. Yeah.
exactly, don't know how
So
to do it. So yeah,
that's
plus,
actually, yeah, that's actually a very important point. I think it's not about just working out with somebody who is offering it to you online. It's about whether that person knows you enough to understand your body before they give you a workout.
yeah, plus you need to gel with your trainer, right? You know how long it took to find Cody, right? How many you
Yeah.
led. So I'm the same, like, and you like different types of people, like, Goethe, right? He has 2 words, but he gets the job done. Like, but he doesn't work for everybody, like, so
Yeah.
it's you have to find somebody that fits you, and then that you enjoy, and in-person sessions can really help with that. And also our staff is very open, so they might come to a point and even tell you, look, Danu, you've done a great job with Cody. Now you have to move and do yoga with Amis because your mobility is not so good. So we have that range of staff to even introduce you to new things and all, because our whole motto is about being stronger than yesterday, right? Not just doing the same thing over and over again. So that's
Because
why. So
lately I have learned to use my body weight to lose weight. My body weight is really a lot for me to lose weight. It's
yeah.
like, whoa. I'm sure you and I can both relate to these kind of problems in our lives.
I know. We both have enough body weight too. Sorry, Quantum, we won't be needing any extra, kettlebells or anything. We have enough weight.
Lifting arms alone is a workout. I'm telling you, that's the best part of
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
All right. So just to let you know, for those who are trying to win this 1 month and be a part of a movement where the gym lifestyle that you and I are known to is going to completely change. It's going to be a complete new era for working out in a place, because we have to look into so many other measures before. It's not like just wearing your shoes and running onto a treadmill. It's about looking at the person who is next to you, where you are, how are you dressed today, whether you are wearing everything that is needed before you work out. So keeping all of these in mind, if you want to win this session or this 1 month, you have to just comment after the video is posted online, and we'll be choosing a winner. And then Ashanthi here will do her research and see how disciplined you are in terms of managing and following all the restrictions that's given. Now, we've spoken about home workout. We've spoken about the new gyms that's going to be, like, the new gym lifestyle. For someone who is not exactly a person who goes to the gym, what would you tell someone like that? Why you must be a part of a gym?
So what the gym really does is, and you will be able to relate to this. So if you've been to a gym and now you're working out at home, what the gym does is it provides a huge discipline and motivation factor, right? When you walk in the door and you're like, oh, I braved XX, all my problems, and I came to this place. And you walk in the door and you see people who have done way more than you coming and lifting, and they put you too. They're like, come on, just do it for 30 minutes and go home. And plus you have the right flooring, the right equipment, there are people to help you, which you're not going to go get at home. So I've tried working out at home, and then my maid puts the blender on, the choom pang man comes around, and he's like, and then they say, elevalu, elevalu, yeah, so you get distracted and you're like, I need elevalu, it's just not practical.
But
I
I must
don't.
tell you, during my
That's why I
workout
said high
hours,
octane will be a hybrid model. Like, get to gym when you can, and the rest is supplement. Like, just
yeah.
do your
But
thing when you really come.
I must tell you, this chun pan is a huge problem for me too. Every time I start working out, that goes off even here.
No, and
And
plus I have an amazing. I don't know about you, but we have an amazing chompang guy who has like egg buns. Okay, like, you know how good they are. So it's like,
all these,
and my trainer
all,
knows this. He's like, focus, focus, not on the egg bun.
but there's something about chun pans and they are fried donuts. Oh,
Oh my
I think they
God,
fry it in like old fish fried oil, but I don't know what it is. It's so tasty. It is the reason why I do not carry dumbbells. I carry donuts.
yeah.
But anyway, before we wrap things up, you're always so funny to talk to. I've always enjoyed our conversation. I've always told you need to be on TV. I think you'll be
Yeah.
super interesting. Tell me, before we wrap things up, one question I wanted to ask you. This disinfection little cage that's coming up, like, lots of people are doing it, and there are some companies that actually have it already, and you're all
Yeah.
also producing a few. How
Yeah.
effective is this? And does it like completely spray your whole body?
Yeah, so it's a precautionary measure, because if there's anything on your clothes and stuff, it could really help. Plus, I
Right.
think our one is different, Danu, because the temperature check is very important. It'll catch your
Yeah.
temperature. Plus, we also have a foot bath. So, meaning the soles of your feet, and especially at the gym, right? Everybody wears workout shoes, and so the soles of your feet are disinfected, and that's with a different chemical that you mix in a ratio. And I think that's important. So, but again, it's precautionary. The virus is something, it's internal, and like you and I discussed, the different mutations means we don't know what people's symptoms are. So, but again, it's like cleaning the equipment, or wearing a mask, or wearing gloves, or whatever. It's a precaution, and it's quite a big investment. So,
Yeah.
but it's worth it. It's worth it. So
Brilliant.
we
Thank
must
you
do
so very
that.
much. Thank you for joining us. I know it's quarantine time, and all what I can say is be safe. You need to be healthy, and you need to be aware, and especially knowing the fact that you have taken all the precautions, keeping the ecosystem alive is very important. And thank you for that piece of information. I think it's very, very vital that we all practice it, so that our
Yeah.
communities and our surrounding could be safe, so that the greater area could be safe too.
Yep. And for everybody who's just been asking me the same question over and over again, when is the gym going to be open? Guys, it's all going to be based on the health authorities, the police in our district, the doctors, what they say. No sooner they give us the green light, we will do what we need to. So please try to stay positive, stay strong, stay safe,
Stay safe.
and
But
we'll, have hope. Have hope. There are
yeah,
good people in charge, and we will come out of this.
and that's amazing. See, I never troubled you asking when is a gym opening.
That's because you have a trainer beaming you and pushing you. Cody's just a nice guy.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
All credit there. All right.
Yeah.
Well, until we see you soon, take care.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye. So that's giving us a little roundup of the things that we need to keep in mind, especially when we are into some form of fitness. And it's not about just going back and living the life once again. It's about taking the precautions that's needed, being aware, being informed, and understanding the surrounding. So COVID-19 has definitely changed a lot of industries. And this industry too is changing. So let's keep that in mind. Thank you so very much to all those who joined us. And thank you for all the questions that were put across. So remember, I think fabulous things to keep in mind is the fact that wait for all authorities giving us the information that's needed before we can segregate in one place, and how many people could be in an environment, how big should it be. So wherever you go, wherever you work out, expert information is priority. So make sure you get all the guidelines that you need. Take care of yourself and be safe. Thank you so very much for joining us today on Date with Danu on our quarantine special. We will see you once again tomorrow with someone absolutely beautiful. And need to ask her, how is it to reign during a very difficult time? I'll see you tomorrow. Till then, you keep smiling. It's a wrap.